Hello. So now that we know what voice is, now we need to understand what diction is. So I'm going to share my screen with the notes that are up on your blackboard. It's in 1A. What is diction? Diction is the production of individual sounds of the language. So every language has sounds. Our American English has 43 to 44 sounds, and these sounds are called phonemes. So I know you're all thinking, okay, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. Well, those 26 letters make 43 to 44 sounds. The reason why there's a discrepancy is because in this course, we eliminate one of the sounds, which is the WH sound, where, when, why, white, like your wheat thins guy. Because again, this course, you're learning about digital, and it is a little bit too much exhaled air and it becomes white noise. So the WH spellings will all be produced as where, when, why, white. But if you're an actor, you will have to bring in the where, when, why, white when you're main stage. So again, we're understanding that voice and diction are different. Diction is the crispness of the sounds of the language, the individual sounds. So if you take a look here, you can see that our letter A, the first one in the alphabet, when we were in, third grade, second grade, I don't know what grade, they taught us that A has a long sound, A as an H, or A as an at. But what about the other sounds that A has? Like talk, it has aw. What about away, father, ah. So it has 5 sounds. So now you can see how the 26 letters in the alphabet make more sounds than what we know. So the phonemes, those smallest measure of sound, smallest unit of sound are called phonemes. And they're broken up into consonant sounds. And I'm just going to scroll down so you can see vowel sounds, and probably a new word for you, diphthong sounds. So let's go over our diction. Consonant sounds. P, b, t, d, k, g, f, v, s, z, sh, zh, z. We have 2 TH sounds, one spelling. And we have like long and bang. L, w, r, y, ch, j. Those are your consonant sounds. So eventually you'll be learning the phonetic symbols for these. But again, you probably didn't even know that our TH spelling has 2 sounds, like think and the. So that we need to learn the phonetic symbols. That's why we learn the International Phonetic Alphabet. So if I write it in phonetics, you know how to correctly articulate it. So that when you are an announcer, you know that the country is Colombia and the university is Columbia, and they're 2 different sounds and the vowels in the beginning. So most times we mistakenly say the university name for the country name. But if it were in phonetics, there would not be a problem. When you're in broadcasting and you're reading the type across, names come in phonetics so that you can correctly pronounce them, especially with national news, which is your 6:30 time frame to 7 on your national news broadcasts of channel 247 on regular TV and CNN. So in this area, or every area that you live, we have certain regional sounds. These are called regionalisms. So if I go to Boston, I hear different regionalisms. Pack the can in the backyard, Harvard Square, you've heard that. If I go down south, I have different regionalisms. They love those vowel sounds and they elongate down. Here, we chop off our words. We say half of what we want to, mafagin fara, when should we hand in? And we sort of not produce our vowel sounds, not all of them, but some of them incorrectly, and it sounds very country. So what you're going to be learning for career speech is standard American English, which is the standard form of the language, how words are supposed to be articulated correctly so that they are easily understood, and you are easily understood, and the message is easily understood by many. And standard American English is taught globally, whereas regionalisms are just spoken within a certain area. So your man is going to become your man. Your athlete is going to become your athlete. There are certain, and we're going to learn that in a second. So we're learning standard American English to reduce our regionalisms. So the one thing we have to understand about consonant sounds, we use our 7 articulators to produce consonant sounds. Lips, tongue, teeth, alveolar ridge, which is a new scientific term. It's the front roof of the mouth, and where you produce l, the l sound. So if you go la, 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 that's your alveolar ridge. And the hard palate, shh, the sides of the tongue go to the middle portion of the roof of the mouth. And the soft palate, you cannot feel. Please don't put your finger down your throat. But if you produce g and k, you could feel the farthest back portion of the roof of the mouth. So we're going to expand upon this when we talk about accuracy in articulation with consonant sounds. But at this point, this is what you need to know. To have effective standard American English, we need to know that to produce consonant sounds, we have to understand how the consonant sound is produced according to the 7 articulators. Vowel sounds, however, are different. We produce them not with our articulators, but with the size, the shape, and the texture of your oral cavity, which is a new term for your mouth. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at size. Ah, E. Shape. O, Texture. Take your 2 fingers, put them on the sides of your mouth. E, One is more tense. E, one is more relaxed. We don't use the word tension, we use texture, but it does refer to tension because E is, the muscles are tighter, but we use the word texture. So size, shape, and texture determine your vowel sounds. And as a baby, the first sounds you learn are ooh, vowel sounds, because by the time you find your articulators, you find your foot in your mouth first. So later on, we'll be learning our vowel sound symbols, but E as in eat, I as in it, as in best, A as in ate, A as in at, as in on, as in early, as in water. We have 2 sounds. We'll talk about that later. As in up, as in soda, as in moon, as in should, as in law, and O as in go. Now, new, diphthong sounds. Diphthong sounds are 2 vowel sounds combined. Your mouth has to go to 2 different places. So let's take a look at the diphthong sounds. Oi, look at that. O, oi. Ow, ow. Widest, biggest sound we have. Ow, 2 different places. I, as in mind. You, can't say it too much, you. Oi, ow, I, you are your diphthong sounds. And there you have diction. Diction is the production of the 43 to 44 standard American English sounds. The smallest unit of sound are called phonemes. Your phonemes are divided up into consonant sounds, vowel sounds, and diphthong sounds. And now you have the basic understanding of the difference between voice and diction. But now the next video is going to explain the faults of voice, because in career speech, we want to make certain that we are not introducing any faults into our variety. When I talk about variety, we want appropriate use of volume, pitch, and duration. The following lecture would be faults of diction. Okay, see you there.